Thanks for joining me today. I think of all the talks and classes that I've given, I think this is going to be my most important information. I'm going to be talking about this destructive thought loop that spins around and around again with negative thinking. It kind of looks a little like this, like you're on a human hamster wheel of negative thoughts. So I'm going to teach you in this video what the destructive thought loop is. And then in subsequent videos, we're going to discuss how to get off this hamster wheel and how to find solution to keep you from thinking all those negative thoughts. Okay, come join me. So you made a big change in your life, and that is not easy. As a life coach, I watch how long and hard it is for people to make big moves in their lives. But sometimes your heart, your intuition is guiding you to move forward. Let me give you some examples. Okay. Let's say you want to implement boundaries in a relationship where the other person is expecting too much from you. Or you want to take a big risk in your business. Or you decide to walk away from a toxic relationship. Or maybe you decide to leave or quit your job. Maybe you decide that you want to move to a completely different state or country, make a big move. These are all very big changes, and it takes a long time to be brave enough to make them. So let's say you did it. You made the big change, and you can feel in your heart it was correct. And for the next few days, you celebrate. You feel so proud of yourself for doing such a difficult thing that most wouldn't have the guts to do. So you live in that beautiful la-la period for a few days. And then, I want to say maybe 3-4 days later, all of a sudden you start second guessing what you did. And this is when you get on the destructive thought loop. I hope that you can see this the right way. Okay. So the destructive thought loop might say to you after you've made this decision, oh man, maybe I didn't think this through enough. What if it doesn't work? Or if you issued, boundaries or left a toxic relationship, you think to yourself, oh, wow, she hates me now. I shouldn't have done that. What was I thinking? Or what if I can't find a new job since I quit this job? What if I lose the money that I invested into my business? And what if I moved and now I don't feel like I'm going to meet any friends? And these are the negative thoughts that spin around and around in our head. And suddenly you're held prisoner by this destructive thought loop. So the destructive thought loop is when negative thoughts override something you are trying to create and change in your life. It's negative overthinking. It's a loop because it's like you're on a hamster wheel and you're going round and round and round and you can't get off, and it's a dangerous place to be. It brings out things like fear and guilt and sadness and doubt. And these are the emotions that spin around and around, and they are not healthy. They create anxiety, they create depression, they create all kinds of low vibration vibes. So it's like you start overthinking the decision that you make, and suddenly everything starts unraveling. So here I'm taking these same examples and I'm going to show you how it starts to unravel. So you set those boundaries for a friend, but you begin to feel guilty and thinking that you really hurt this friend. So you're worried that she's not going to like you anymore. And so you go back to your enabling behavior, because you feel so uncomfortable about, and guilty really, about these negative emotions that are spinning around and around. Or let's say you made that big financial investment into your business. You're doing something completely new territory that you've never stepped into before. But your fear of failure is so loud in that destructive thought loop that now your new venture doesn't take off and you lose the money because you're so afraid that you're going to fail. And that destructive thought loop of fear of failure is going around and around and around again, that it doesn't work. Or you've moved across the country now, you took that big risk. You moved to the place that you've always been drawn to, but you don't know anyone and you don't have a job yet, and everything is strange and uncomfortable. And so your doubt and your fear create these anxious thoughts, and you keep staying up at night thinking over and over again, why did I make this move? This was the wrong move. I shouldn't have done it. So my friends, that is the destructive thought loop. And I just went through this myself, which is why I felt like I wanted to make a video about this, because it is not easy to shut this guy down. It's also not easy to make the change. And here's the most important part of the video, okay? And I'm going to say it twice. Your thoughts must align with your actions, or what you're trying to create or change will not work. I'm going to say that again. Your thoughts must align with your actions, or what you are trying to create or change in your life will not work. That stinks. You know, you did all this hard work, and then you wonder, why didn't it work out? It was because your thoughts weren't aligned with your action. To be fair, it is not easy to step into the unknown. It really isn't. And when you're making a big change in your life or a move in your life, that's exactly what you're doing. You're stepping into the unknown. You're stepping out of your program and into something new. And so, of course, it's going to make you very uncomfortable. But everything is an energy. So your thoughts and your actions need to be aligned in the same energetic frequency for things to work out. And this is why we self-sabotage our own growth. Okay, so you got it? You understand it? It's the destructive thought loop. It's when that thinking goes round and round, the negative thinking. So the only thing I wanted to accomplish in this video is for you to understand what the destructive thought loop is. And stay with me, subscribe. And next week, I'm going to tell you the first step and how to shut it down.